we'll continue our discussion on Mukundamala Stotra. Today there is no Kannada translation. So we'll begin with the 15th shloka. We discussed it briefly yesterday. We'll recite once again. He loka sruduta prasuti marana vyadhestikitsam ima. He loka sruduta prasuti marana vyadhestikitsam ima. Yoga gnanasamudaharanti mudayo yam yagna valkyataya. Yoga gnanasamudaharanti mudayo yam yagna valkyataya. Antarjyotiramenyamekam Krishna khyama piyata. Antarjyotiramenyamekam Krishna khyama piyata. Tadpitam paramaushadham vitanute nirvanam atyantikam. Tadpitam paramaushadham vitanute nirvanam atyantikam. He loka srunuta prasuti marana vyadhes chikitsa iba. There's a vyadhi, there's a disease. What is the disease in this material world? Prasuti marana, the cycle of birth and death. The soul has no birth and death. Najayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah ajo nityah shashvatoyam purano nahamyate hanyamane shariri. So there is no birth, there is no death to the soul. But when the soul is entrapped in this material existence, there is birth. Birth is the birth of a new body. Death is the death of that body. So, he loka shruta prasuti marana vyadhes chikitsa imam. Must understand that being in this material world, experiencing the cycle of birth and death, is itself is a diseased condition. It's a vyadhi. But don't worry, I have a chikitsa for this vyadhi. I have a treatment for this material disease. What is the treatment? Krishna khyama piyata. Just drink this medicine, aushadha. Drink this medicine of Krishna's name. And so many great personalities, great yogis like Yajnavalkya and others, they have also recommended yoga gnanasamudaharanti mudayo yam yajnavalkya daya. We discussed this elaborately yesterday. So many great personalities have recommended this medicine of chanting the holy name of Krishna. Tatpitam, drink that medicine. Paramaushadham, great medicine, supreme medicine. Vitanute nirvanam atyantikam. So we want atyantika nirvanam, means ultimate liberation from this material existence. Please take shelter of Krishna's name. Continuing the same theme, the next shloka, 16th shloka, Kulashikara verses. He matyah paravam hitam shrudutavo vakshyami sankhepata. He matyah paravam hitam shrudutavo vakshyami sankhepata. Here this greatest advice is giving a wonderful suggestion. Hita means well-wishing advice. Paramam hitam means supremely well-wishing advice. Paramam hitam shrudutavo here. Emartya paramam hitam shrudutavo vakshyami sankhepata. People in this world don't have so much time. Even though someone is coming to give them the best well-wishing, good advice, they don't have time to hear. So, Kulashikral verse says, Vakshyami sankshepatāh. I'll speak concisely, don't worry. I'll not take so much of your time. I'll give my advice very concisely, in short. Vakshyami sankshepatāh. Please understand your condition in this world. Samsararnava mapa durvi bahulam samyak pravishya sthitah. Your current condition is that you have entered deep into this samsara sagara, into this ocean of material existence. Apadurvi bahulam. There are so many difficulties in this world. They are like waves in this ocean. Just like an ocean is infested with so many waves, this material ocean is infested with so many distractions, allurements, difficulties, miseries, threefold miseries. So, how do you come out of this ocean? You have some ideas? Yes, I have some ideas. Kulashakral says, keep aside all those ideas. Nana jnanam apasya chetasinamo narayana nityam. Nana jnanam apasya. Just keep aside all your concocted, speculative ways of coming out of this material ocean. Sometimes, someone who is drowning in the material ocean, they may see a dead body floating on the ocean. They think that, oh, that's an island. Let me go and take shelter on this island. But it's very difficult to come out of this ocean. Oh, okay, fine. Samsararnavamapadurmi bahulam samyak pravishya sthitah nanajnanamapasya chetasi namo narayana yetyamum. Just keep aside all your speculative endeavors to come out of this ocean and take this solution. Take shelter of this boat, strong boat that can definitely take you across this ocean. And what is a strong boat? Narayana mantra. Chanting the holy name of Narayana. In the previous shloka, he spoke about Krishna Khyama Piyatam. Just drink the nectarian name of Krishna. Now he's saying drink the nectarian name of Narayana. So holy name only. Ajamil chanted the word Narayana. And he was protected from the Yamadutas. He's saying Narayana. Mantram sapranavam pranama sahitam pravartayidham muhu. Chant this mantra along with pranava, omkara. It becomes Om Namo Narayanaya. Mantram sapranavam pranama sahitam. While chanting the name of the Lord, offer obeisances to the Lord. Pravartayidham muhu. Do this practice regularly. Then you will definitely come out of the material ocean. Basically, in these two shlokas, 15th and 16th shlokas, we are being urged to take shelter of Krishna's name. Kaler doshanidhe rajan asti yeko mahan gunaha kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangaha param vrajet. Kirtanadeva krishnasya. Although Kali Yuga is filled with so many faults, it's an ocean of faults, still there is one good quality. That is, taking shelter of Krishna's name will protect us from all dangers, all distractions, all allurements. Not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not only many other Vaishnava acharyas, scriptures are repeatedly instructing us to take shelter of holy names. Kulashekar Alvar is saying the same thing. Prabhupada said the same thing. Lord Chaitanya said the same thing. Bhagavatam says the same thing. Bhagavad Gita says the same thing. Bhagavad Gita says, Satatam kirtayanto mam, always chant my holy names. So, same conclusion is being repeated multiple times. 17th, if you take shelter of Krishna's name, if you take shelter of Krishna, how does he protect us? How does he save us? How does he help us? What is the extent of Krishna's mercy? That is being described in the next shloka. Nathena purushottame trijagatam ekadhipe chetasa
नाथेनः पुरुषोत्तमे त्रिजगताम् एकाधिपे चेतसा सेव्ये स्वस्य पदस्य दातरिपरे नारायणे तिष्ठति सेव्ये स्वस्य पदस्य दातरिपरे नारायणे तिष्ठति यं कञ्चित् पुरुषाधमं कतिपया ग्रामेशमल्पार्थदम् यं कञ्चित् पुरुषाधमं कतिपया ग्रामेशमल्पार्थदम् सेवायै मृगयामहे नरमहो मूढावराका वयम् नाथेनः पुरुषोत्तमे त्रिजगताम्. That Lord is the Purushottama, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nathenah Trijagatam is the master of all the three worlds. Ekadhipe Chetasa. Ekadhipe means one and only master of all the three worlds is Krishna. Krishna himself said in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. He is Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. He is Ekadhipe. Trijagatam is the one and only master of all the three worlds. So, that master can be served in various ways. You can offer dhupa, deepa, naivedya. You can offer patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. You can offer clothes and ornaments and many other things. But if you can't afford any of those things, still you can serve him. How? Chetasa sevye. Chetasa means within your mind, within your own imagination, your mind, you can happily serve the Lord. Chetasa sevye. Even if you serve him within your mind, swasya padasya data ripare narayane tishtati. Even if you serve the Lord within your mind, the Lord is kind enough to bestow upon you his personal abode. Swasya padasya, his own abode. He will invite you to his own home, Vaikuntha. Data ripare narayane tishtati. He is the transcendental donor who can donate a position in his own spiritual world, Vaikuntha, to somebody who renders service within his mind. You know that shloka, you know that story of Pratishtanpur Brahmana? In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami describes, Prabhupada writes that story in his translation, Nectar of Devotion. This Pratishtanpur Brahmana is very poor. He doesn't have money. But one day in a class, he heard, in a pravachan, he heard that even if you render service to the Lord, within your mind, he will accept that service and he will bless you. Then this Pratishtanpur Brahmana just went to a small garden, closed his eyes. He went to all the holy rivers, brought the waters from all those holy rivers in golden pots and established a beautiful deity. Started bathing the deity of Narayana with all the auspicious rivers from various holy rivers, auspicious waters from different holy rivers. And he also offered ornaments, clothes, jewelry, food items, chapan bhog. All this is offering. Grand worship he was doing within his mind. He doesn't even have deity in front of him, but he closed his eyes. He established a deity within his mind only. He created paraphernalia within his mind only. He's rendering Shodashopachara puja, all kinds of pujas within his mind only. He was doing Abhishek, Shringar, everything within his mind only. And to cut the long story short, eventually Lord Narayana had sent Vaikuntha Viman to take this Brahmana to Vaikuntha for rendering service within his mind. One day he was cooking sweet rice and he thought of checking the temperature of sweet rice. Is it cold enough to offer to the Lord? He touched that sweet rice. It's very hot and he burnt his hand. He burnt his hand really. Although he offered the service and he cooked the sweet rice within his mind, he burnt his hand really. Seeing this, Lord Narayana started laughing in Vaikuntha. Then Lakshmi Devi asked, "Why are you laughing, O Lord?" "I'll tell you. Let me first get that Brahmana who made me laugh." He sent the Vishnu Dutas to bring this Brahmana to Vaikuntha. And he said, "You stay here only forever. You served me within your mind. Generally, people serve me in my deity form, but you serve me within your mind. Now I am giving you an opportunity not to serve me within your mind or not to serve my deity, but to serve me directly in Vaikuntha." सेव्ये स्वस्य पदस्य दातरिपरे नारायणे तिष्ठति. Even if you render service to the Lord within your mind, the Lord will give you his own abode. Yam kanchit purushadhamam katipaya. But ignorant people, what do? They give up the worship of that Purushottama Krishna, Narayana, and they do what? Purushadhamam. They give up Purushottama and they worship Purushadhama. You see the shloka? Nathenaha Purushottame. The Lord is described as Purushottama. And the simple landlords in this material world, they are described as Purushadhama. Yam kanchit Purushadhamam katipaya grameshamal parthadam. Gramesha means normal landlords. They are bosses of small villages. They may have some little property. And some people go and serve them and they give some salary, they give some rice, they give some charity. And these people will think that he is my boss, he is my Natha, he is my Natha, he is maintaining me, he is my master, he is my everything, he is my God. They think like that. Of course, you can be grateful to someone who feeds you, undoubtedly. But out of greed for material wealth, many people in this world choose to serve material masters and give up the supreme spiritual master Krishna. Yam kanchit purushadhamam katipaya gramesham alparthadam. Alparthadam, for meager amount of material benefits, they are worshipping Purushadhamas and ignoring Purushottama. Yam kanchit purushadhamam katipaya gramesham alparthadam. Sevayai nara mrgayamahi naramaho mudhavarakavayam. Mudha. They are foolish people, he says. Problem is not serving some material master here. Problem is ignoring the spiritual master, ignoring the Supreme Lord, ignoring Purushottama. You embrace Purushadhama. So here is a bit heavy. So let's go to next sloka. 18th sloka. बद्धेनाञ्जलिना नतेन शिरसा गात्रैः सर्वमोद्गमैः बद्धेनाञ्जलिना नतेन शिरसा गात्रैः सर्वमोद्गमैः कंठेन स्वरगद्गदेन नयनेनोत्कीर्ण बाष्पाम्बुना कंठेन स्वरगद्गदेन नयनेनोत्कीर्ण बाष्पाम्बुना नित्यं त्वच्चरणारविन्दयुगला ध्यानामृता स्वादिना नित्यं त्वच्चरणारविन्दयुगला ध्यानामृता स्वादिना अस्माकं सरसीरुहाक्ष सततं सम्पद्यतां जीवितम् अस्माकं सरसीरुहाक्ष सततं सम्पद्यतां जीवितम् बद्धेनाञ्जलिना नतेन शिरसा. You know how we have to surrender to Krishna? Baddhena anjalina. Fold your hands. Fold your hands in front of the Lord. Baddhena Anjalina. Second, Natena Sirasa. Offer obeisances to the Lord by bowing down your head. Baddhena Anjalina Natena Sirasa. Gatraihi Sarvamodgamaihi. Baddhena Anjalina means holding hands. Natena Sirasa Gatraihi means bowing down your head. Gatra means body. You prostrate your body and your head in front of the Lord. That is physically surrendering to the Lord. But next is emotionally surrendering to the Lord. You also offer your mind to the Lord. When your mind is filled with love for the Lord, that love within the heart is manifested in the body also. Baddhena Anjalina Natena Sirasa Gatraisa Romodgamaihi. Romodgamaihi, goosebumps. Hair start standing on end. Gatraisa Romodgamaihi. Kanthena Swara Gadgadena Nayanenodgirna Bashpambuna. Kanthena Swara Gadgadena. Kantha means throat. Swara means voice. Gadgadena. The voice starts trembling out of ecstasy. When somebody chants the holy names of the Lord, their voice starts trembling. Arjuna, Vepatuscha Sarire me Roma Harshasya Jayate. Means he's saying, my hairs are standing on end, my voice is faltering. That's a different emotion, material emotion. Out of his emotional bonding with his family members. But this is different. Out of emotional bonding with Krishna, out of deep devotion and affection for Krishna, sometimes when a devotee chants the names of the Lord, Kanthena Swara Gadgadena Nayaneno Nirna Bashpambuna, not only voice falters, eyes also start shedding tears. They are like higher levels of ecstasy. First two things we can do: holding hands, offering obeisances. Other things, they will manifest. It's not a part of sadhana, by the way. Oh, I have to sit now and I have to cry. I have to sit, take my beard bag, start crying now. And I should make my hair stand on end. They will stand on their end when you are in ecstasy. We don't have, that's not a part of practice. Kanthena Swara Gadgadena Nayanena Udgirna Bashpambuna. Then he says, Nityam Tvacharanaaravinda Yugala Dhyanamrita Swadina. Nityam means on a regular basis. Nityam means on a regular basis. Tvacharanaaravinda Yugala. Charana means feet. Charanaaravinda means lotus feet. Yugala means two lotus feet. Charanaaravinda Yugala Dhyanamrita Swadina. Amrit is nectar. Dhyanamrit is nectar of meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord. Aswadina means I am relishing the nectar of meditation on your divine lotus feet, O Krishna, and that's what is making me experience these ecstatic symptoms of goosebumps and hair standing on end, eyes shedding tears and other things. Dhyanamrita Aswadina. I am very busy with this. I am very busy relishing the nectar of meditating on your lotus feet. So I won't spare so much time to earn my livelihood. I won't spare so much time to maintain my body. So you take care of me. He says in the last line, Asmakam sarasi ruhaksha satatam sampadyatam jivitam. You take care of my livelihood. You sustain my life. As I am busy, absorbed in meditating on your lotus feet and relishing the nectar of meditation on this lotus feet and experiencing goosebumps and other ecstatic symptoms. So, good prayer. Let me outsource my efforts to maintain my livelihood. Krishna will take care. But now question is, are you getting goosebumps or not? Are we doing that Dhyanamrita Aswadinam? Nityam Tvacharanaaravinda Yugala Dhyanamrita Aswadinam. For those who are experiencing that ecstatic symptoms in meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord, Krishna will take care of their maintenance. You want examples? So many examples. For example, Devahuti Mata. She was the mother of Kapila Kapila gave her teachings of Sankhya Yoga, essence of which is Bhakti Yoga only. So she was hearing all the beautiful descriptions of Bhakti from her son. And after finishing the class, the son retired. He went to Ganga Sagar. And Mother Devahati was alone. And she was not cooking for herself. She was not taking care of herself so much. She was so absorbed in the ecstatic meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord, as taught to her by her son. And she is not doing much to maintain her body. But still, she was nourished. She was ecstatic. Her body is nourished. It's not that she was looking very emaciated. Initially she was, but later she was looking fit. Not eating anything, not doing anything to protect the body, but still she's fit. So what is surviving them? Such great devotees. Nityam tvacharanaravindha yugala dhyanamruta aswadina. Dhyana amruta aswadana. When we do aswadana, when we relish the nectar of meditation on Krishna's lotus feet, that meditation will protect our whole existence. That will provide our livelihood. That will sustain our bodies. In this context, let me just go to Vrindavan for a moment. Once Balaram spoke to Krishna in Dwaraka. He said, "Oh, Krishna, do you know, in separation from you, the Vrajavasis are thinking of giving up their lives. They are thinking of ending their lives. They want to commit suicide. You know that?" Krishna is hearing with so much of emotion in Dwaraka. Balramji says, all the Vrajavasis wanted to give up their lives because they are in separation from you, but they are unable to give up their lives. Why? What happened? They can go on Govardhan mountain and jump from there, right? That's a possibility of giving up life. But Balram says, no, in separation from you, Govardhan mountain becomes so short. The size of Govardhan, the height of Govardhan becomes so low that if somebody goes on top of Govardhan and jumps from there, nothing will happen to them. It's so short. Fine, they can jump into Yamuna river and give up their lives. No, they can't do that also. In separation from Krishna, Yamuna river dried up. If you enter a dried river, how can someone give up life? Not possible. Fine, then they can drink some poisonous waters from Kalya lake. But Balramji says, Krishna, because you subdued Kalya and chased Kalya away, the waters of Kalya lake are no more poisonous. They are sweet nectar. So they can't give up life in that way also. Okay. Then, what else? What are the other ways? They can starve themselves, right? They can do some fasting till death, Nirahara Diksha. That's the way of giving up life. Then Balramji says, one who is relishing the nectar of holy name of Krishna, one who is relishing the nectar of remembrance of Krishna can never starve. They can never die out of starvation. Right? So when we are really relishing the nectar of Krishna's holy names and the nectar of Krishna's Smaranam, there is no starvation on the physical plane. Why there is starvation? Why we will feel hungry? Because we are not sufficiently absorbed in Krishna Katha, Krishna Smaranam, Krishna Nam. For example, if this class extends for 2 more hours till 12 o'clock, I am not extending, just argument's sake. How many of you will survive? You get tired, you feel hungry, breakfast is getting delayed. Why? He was told to speak till breakfast time, he is speaking till lunch time. What will happen to us? But without any breakfast break or lunch break or dinner break or bio break or any break, 7 days continuously, our Parikshit Maharaj was hearing Harikatha from Sukadeva Goswami. And Sukadeva Goswami was not getting tired by speaking 7 days continuously. Yesterday I was tired. I spoke almost 9 hours. Right? I collapsed. But Sukadeva Goswami, 7/24. Without any break, he is speaking. He is not getting tired. And Parikshit Maharaj, 7/24, he was hearing. He is also not getting tired. He is not dozing off. And they were not taking prasad in between. No water, no kada for the throat. They are happily listening. Because there is absorption in the glories of Krishna, in the name of Krishna, in the pastimes of Krishna, in the qualities of Krishna, there is no starvation on the physical plane also. That's what the shloka says. Baddhena anjalina natena sirasa gatrai sarvamodgamai kanthena swaragadgadena nayanenodgirna bashpambuna नित्यं त्वच्चरणारविन्दयुगला ध्यानामृता स्वादिनाम् अस्माकं सरसीरुहाक्ष सततं सम्पद्यतां जीवितम्. This is our aspiration. This is our goal. To be absorbed in the Dhyanamrita of Krishna and to rise above bodily consumption. Till that happens, we have to do sadhana. This is sadhya, goal. Goal is to be absorbed in Krishna Smaranam and rise above bodily needs, bodily demands. But what is the sadhana to come there? He says in the next two shlokas. Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishira. Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishira. ते नेत्रे तमसोज्झिते सुरुचिरे याभ्यां हरिर्दृश्यते ते नेत्रे तमसोज्झिते सुरुचिरे याभ्यां हरिर्दृश्यते सा बुद्धिर्विमलेन्दु शङ्खधवला या माधवध्यायिनी सा बुद्धिर्विमलेन्दु शङ्खधवला या माधवध्यायिनी सा जिह्वामृतवर्षिणी प्रतिपदं या स्तौति नारायणम् सा जिह्वामृतवर्षिणी प्रतिपदं या स्तौति नारायणम्. He says, Yat Krishna pranipata means go in front of Krishna and do pranipat, means offer obeisances. Then dhuli, there is Krishna's pada dhuli, right? That touches your head. Head becomes little whitish. Dhuli dhavalam, the touch of Krishna's dust, the dust of Krishna's lotus feet will make our head little whitish. That head is the best head. Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishiraha. That's the best head. That head that bows down in front of Krishna, that head that becomes dirty by carrying the dirt from the lotus feet of Krishna is the best head. Don't think that, oh, head has become dirty. No, that is the real ornament of head. Not the other kinds of hairstyles or whatever. The real ornament of head is dust from Krishna's lotus. Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishira. Okay, fine. We discussed what is the best head and what are those best eyes. Te netre tamasojhite suruchire yabhyam harirdrishyate. Te netre, those eyes. Tamasojhite suruchire yabhyam harirdrishyate. Lord Hari is beyond this tamas, beyond the darkness of this material existence. Lord Hari is so effulgent that he completely dispels the darkness of entire material existence. In fact, in the effulgence of the Lord, all the planets are floating. Brahmajyoti, spiritual universes are floating there. Te netre tamasojhite suruchire yabhyam harirdrishyate. Those eyes that take darshan of that beautiful effulgent form of Krishna are the best eyes. Which is the best head? That which bows down in front of Krishna, that which is decorated by Krishna's dust, that's the best head. And which is the best eye? Which are the best eyes? Those eyes that take darshan of Krishna. Then what about best intelligence? Sa buddhir vimalendu shankha dhabala yamadhavadhyayini. That buddhi that does dhyana on Madhava, that intelligence that constantly meditates on Lord Madhava is the best intelligence. And that intelligence is compared with Vimalendu Shankha Dhavala. Mala means some contamination. Vimala means spotless, no contamination. Vimalendu means, what is Hindu? Hindu? Moon. Vimalendu means spotless moon. Generally moon has some spots. But Vimalendu means spotless moon. Imagine a moon that is pure white, no spots. Vimalendu. Shankha Dhavala. You see Shankha conch that we blow before Aarti? That is very pure white, pristine white. So that intelligence that meditates on Lord Madhava is like a spotless moon. Is pure white like that conch shell. Sa buddhir vimalendu shankha dhavalaya madhavadhyayini. If our intelligence is not being diverted to understand Krishna, think of Krishna, meditate on Krishna, then that intelligence is faulty intelligence, material intelligence. But the way of spiritualizing that intelligence is to meditate on Krishna. Sa buddhir vimalendu shankha dhavala yamadhavadhyayini. Sa jihvamrita varshini pratipadam ya stauti narayanam. That jihva means tongue. Sa jihva amrita varshini. That tongue which is constantly showering nectar. What comes out of tongue may not be nectar always. Sometimes that saliva is not very auspicious, right? But this is a different amrit. That which comes from tongue, if it is glorification of Krishna, that is nectar. But if it is gossip about another devotee, that's poison. Sometimes this tongue on a gross plane can just ooze some abominable substance, or on a verbal plane, it can speak something worthwhile or something useless also. But only that tongue that constantly rains the shower of nectar of Krishna's glorification is the best tongue. Means every word that comes out of the tongue is glorification of Krishna, is the name of Krishna, is a description of Krishna's nama, rupa, guna, lila. That's the best tongue. That's the best utility of tongue. Saji vamrita varshini pratipadam. Pratipadam means every word that comes out of the tongue must be connected to Krishna. Either connected to Krishna's seva, or Krishna nam, or Krishna's rupa, or Krishna's gunas, qualities. Saji vamrita varshini pratipadam. Ya stauti narayanam. Stuti of Narayana. Let's praise Lord Narayana. That's the best utility of tongue. This is the sadhana we have to do. Simple things, 4 things only he said. Something like manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. So, what are we supposed to do with our tongue, with our head? Bow down in front of Krishna. Then second, eyes, take darshan of Krishna. Then buddhi, think of the Lord. Analyze Krishna philosophy, Krishna's teachings. Then with the tongue, glorify the Lord. 4 things, sadhana. You want more sadhana? Go to the next sloka. More elements of sadhana. Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhaja sridharam. Panidvandva samarchayachyuta katha shrotradvayatvam shrunu. Panidvandva samarchayachyuta katha shrotradvayatvam shrunu. कृष्णं लोकयलोचनद्वय हरेर्गच्छाङ्घ्रियुग्मालयम् कृष्णं लोकयलोचनद्वय हरेर्गच्छाङ्घ्रियुग्मालयम् जिघ्रघ्राणमुकुन्दपादतुलसी मूर्धन्यमाधोक्षजम् जिघ्रघ्राणमुकुन्दपादतुलसी मूर्धन्यमाधोक्षजम्. This has more sadhana elements. Jihve kirtaya Keshavam. With your tongue, you do kirtan of Keshava. Means you perform kirtan, you glorify Lord Keshava. Kirti means glory. Kirtana means to glorify. That kirtana can be in the form of singing or speaking. Both are fine. So, Jihve kirtaya Keshavam. You glorify Lord Keshava with your tongue. Muraripam cheto bhaja. Muraripu is the enemy of Murari. Mura demon. He is called Murari. Muraripum cheto bhaja. With your mind, you worship, you think of that Murari, the Lord. Cheto bhaja Sridharam Panidvandva Samarchaya. With your two hands, Panidvandva Samarchaya. You perform Archana. You worship that Supreme Lord Krishna. Right? Achyuta, Sridhara. Panidvandva Samarchaya. Next point is Achyuta Katha Shrotradvayatvam Shrunu. Shrotradvaya means 2 ears. With these 2 ears, what are we supposed to do? Achyuta Katha Shravanam. Just hear about Lord Achyuta's pastimes. Shrotradvayatvam Shrunu. Krishnam Lokaya Lochanadvaya Hare. Lochanadvaya means 2 eyes. With these 2 eyes, Krishnam Lokaya. Look at the beautiful form of Krishna, Giridhari. Krishnam lokaya lochanadvaya harer gacchangri yugmalayam. With your 2 feet, you walk towards the temple of Krishna. Gacha angri yugmalayam. Angri yugma alayam. Alayam means temple. Go to the temple of the Lord with your 2 feet. The right utility of feet is to walk to the temple. The right utility of eyes is to see the deity. The right utility of ears is to hear about Krishna. And the right utility of hands is to render services to Krishna. Gacchangri yugmalayam. And what is the right utility of nose? Jighragrana mukunda pada tulasi. Tulsi leaves, when they are offered to the lotus feet of the Lord, and when devotee is kind enough to offer you that tulsi, smell those tulsi leaves. That's the purpose of nose. Smell the flowers offered to the Lord. Smell the tulsi leaves offered to the Lord. Jighragrana mukunda pada tulasi murdhanna madhokshajam. With your head, bow down in front of the Lord. So this is the 20th shloka? Yes. Let's go to 21st shloka. Oh, 21st shloka we discussed yesterday. Amnayabhyasanani aranyaruditam. Okay, 23rd. नाथे धातरि भोगि भोग शयने नारायणे माधवे देवे देवकी नंदने सुरवरे चक्रायुधे सांगिनी लीलाशेष जगत प्रपंच जठरे विश्वेश्वरे श्रीधरे गोविंदे कुरु चित्त वृत्तिमचलाम् अन्यैस्तु किं वर्तनैः नाथे धातरि भोगि भोग शयने नारायणे माधवे देवे देवकी नंदने सुरवरे चक्रायुधे सांगिनी लीला शेष जगत प्रपंच जठरे विश्वेश्वरे श्रीधरे गोविंदे कुरु चित्त वृत्ति मचलाम अन्यैस्तु किं वर्तनैः. He is praying, O Lord, you are so kind enough to manifest yourself in so many forms, perform so many pastimes. Let my mind think of them, not think of so many nonsensical materialistic subject matters. Let me think of you. Nathe Dhatari. Oh Natha, you are the Dhata, you are the Lord, you are the Master, you are the Protector, you are the Creator, you are the Maintainer. Nathe Dhatari. Bhogi Bhoga Shayane. Here happily sleeping on the snake bed of Ananta Sesha. Narayane Madhave. You are Narayana. You are Madhava, the husband of Goddess of Fortune. Narayane Madhave. Deve Devaki Nandane. You are Deva, Supreme Lord. Devaki Nandana. You know what it is? Son of Mother Devaki. Devaki Nandane Suravare Chakrayudhe Sangini. You are the master of all devatas. You have this Chakrayudha. You hold Sudarshan Chakra. You have Saranga Bhav, Sangini. Leela Sesha Jagat Prapancha Jathare. Leela Asesha. You perform unlimited pastimes. Leela Sesha Jagat Prapancha Jathare. Jagat Prapancha Jathare means within your Jathara, within your belly, you have kept an entire Jagat. Entire universe you have kept in your belly. And you showed it also to Mother Yashoda. And once when Krishna ate some dirt, Yashoda Mata became very worried. Open your mouth, Krishna. Let me check. And Krishna opened his mouth. So within that mouth, through that belly, in that belly, Mother Yashoda has seen entire universe. She has seen Vrindavan also. She has seen herself also in that belly of Krishna. Leela Sesha Jagat Prapancha Jathare Vishveshware Sridhare. You are Vishveshwara. You are the master of entire universe. Sridhara. You are the abode of Sri Lakshmi Devi. Govinde Kuru Chitta Vritti Machalam Anyaistu Kim Vartanaihi. Oh Govinda, Kuru Chitta Vrittim. Let my Chitta Vritti, let my mental activity be focused only on you, not go anywhere else. Anyaistu Kim Vartanaihi. What's the use of thinking of so many other things? Let me focus on you, O Lord. That is his prayer. See, there is enough subject matter for us to think about Krishna. Krishna has so many pastimes, so many names. Just take the names of Krishna, just name of Krishna, and start analyzing that name. You will find so much of nectar embedded within that name. Within a name, Krishna's form is embedded. You say Krishna, the name Krishna means all attractive. When you meditate on the name of Krishna, that meditation on name of Krishna can take you deeper into the meditation on form of Krishna. Right? Name can lead to, Nama can lead to Rupa. And say you meditate on, say, name Damodar. That can help you enter deep into meditation on the Leela of Krishna. Damodar. As soon as you hear the word Damodar, Damodar, just 2-3 syllables. But you can remember entire Damodar Leela. Entire Leela of Krishna is embedded within that one name Damodar. It's a quality of Krishna. Krishna is Mukunda. It is Mukunda Mala. Mukunda means one who gives liberation. So just meditation on the name Mukunda can help you meditate on the quality of Krishna. What is that quality? One who gives liberation. Right? One who is merciful. Dinanatha. That name can reflect Krishna's qualities, Krishna's pastimes, and Krishna's form. That's why Sanatana Goswami says, Atayeva nama matra Vaishnavera dharma name prasphutita haya rupa guna karma. Atayeva nama matra Vaishnavera dharma. Just by chanting the holy names of Krishna, we are trying to fulfill the ultimate dharma of the soul. The ultimate dharma of a devotee, of a Vaishnava, is Just chant the name. Atayeva Nama Matra. Nama Matra means only name. Kevala, only name. Vaishnavera Dharma. The Vaishnava's Dharma is to just chant the name of Krishna. How does it help us? Name prasphutita haya rupa guna karma. By chanting name, prasphutita haya means the rupa, guna and karma of the Lord will be manifest in your heart. You will be able to understand the pastimes of the Lord nicely when you chant the names of the Lord. Our understanding of scripture is not just a product of our systematic scriptural study. It is also a product of sincere chanting of Krishna's names. Because name will give us entrance into an understanding of Krishna's personality, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's forms. Shyama Sundar, it's a name. But that one name, Shyam Sundar, can give you deep entrance into the beautiful realm of Krishna's beauty, oceanic beauty of Krishna. That's why Nam can lead to Rupa, Guna, Karma. Name prasphutita haya Rupa, Guna, Karma. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he says that Namna Makari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shakti Tatra Arpita. Nija Sarva Shakti Tatra Arpita. My names are unlimited and I have invested all my Shakti, all my potencies, all the potencies of my Swarupa, I have invested into the name. When you say Krishna, that name Krishna is non-different from the personality of Krishna, because Krishna has invested so much of his power, so much of his potency into that name. Name prasphutita haya rupa guna karma. Now you see, even in our regular material circles also, if somebody comes here and says that so and so devotee, or say the chief minister of the state or the prime minister of the country, so and whatever is the name, he comes and takes the name and says, he said this, the minister said this, the king said this. The king is not here, by the way. Only the king's name is taken and said, the king gave us this instruction. You automatically become very reverential and respectful and attentive to the instruction because it's coming in the name of the king. That's the power of the name. When somebody takes some name of a person whom you like the most, automatically a smile manifests on your face. You start speaking about your dearest friend. Somebody starts speaking about your dearest friend. As soon as that somebody is giving you the news of that friend whom you like so much, there is a smile on your face, there is a respect on your face, there is an affectionate expression on your face. The person is not here around. Only the name is there. Name is uttered. Immediately affection. When the child's name is uttered, automatically mother's face is lit up with smile. Father's face is lit up with smile. Because there is a love, there is an affection. That name can invoke so many emotions. Say, if somebody comes to you and takes the name of a person whom you hate, the person is not there, but still there is an angry expression on your face, or a disgusting expression on your face, or you kind of show a disinteresting expression at least, even if you try to hide your emotions. Means you're not interested to hear that person. The person is not here. I'm only taking the name. No, that name and the person is not different. Right? Don't even take his name in front. Some people even say that, right? Don't tell about him in front of me. Why? There's a hatred there. Even in material circles also, the name is often equated with the person. Although the name may not completely reflect the personality. But in Krishna's case, every name of Krishna reflects the personality of Krishna, reflects a quality of Krishna, reflects a pastime of Krishna. It's truthful name. Somebody is in the material world, somebody's name is Satyavan, Mr. Satyavan Prabhu. But he may be speaking lies all the while. That name is not, not reflecting the personality, but Krishna is not like that. Whichever name you take, that name is actually a description of a facet of Krishna, undoubtedly. You take Damodara, Madhava, Mukunda, Keshava, Govinda, Narayana, Trivikrama, any name you take, that is a truthful name. That name is given to Krishna, or Krishna acquired that name, or Krishna has that name, which is a reflection of his personality, his Swarupa, an aspect of this personality at least. He has Mukhyanam and Gaunanam. Mukhyanam means those names of the Lord that completely reflect His personality. Gonana means secondary names. Those names of the Lord that describe only a facet of His personality, one feature of His personality. But whatever it is, that name actually represents the Lord. Therefore, when we are chanting the names of the Lord, don't think that we are just uttering some syllables. We are associating with Krishna. When we chant with sincerity, when we chant with attention, we can experience the personal presence of Krishna by chanting that name. That's why Rupa Goswami says, Tunde Tandaviniratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdhaye Karnakrodakadambini Ghatayate Karnarbhute Bhyaspraham Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritim No Jane Janita Kiyadbhiramrtai Krishneti Varnadvayi. I can't understand what great nectar is embedded within these two syllables, Krishna, Krishna. Because whenever I chant Krishna's name, I desire millions of tongues to chant more. I desire millions of ears to hear the nectar of that name more. So, this is the experience of great devotees who are chanting. But for struggling sadhakas, the glories of the holy name may remain theoretical when we don't experience those glories by chanting sincerely, by chanting attentively. But when we chant attentively, when we chant with sincerity, when we chant prayerfully, all the glories of the holy name that we hear can be experienced personally, practically. It's a long way to go, but still, it's possible. It begins with not doubting the glories of the holy name. I may not have experienced it yet, I may not have realized it yet, but I have faith that the glories are true. One day I will personally experience them when I continue the path given by Prabhupada, given by the Acharyas. Right? See, Dhruva Maharaj, he just chanted the name of the Lord, Vasudeva name. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's all he said. 6 months he said that. The Lord appeared in front of him. He was able to see the beautiful form of Lord Vasudeva in his heart just by chanting the name Vasudeva. Means name gave him entrance into form of the Lord. First he saw the form of the Lord within his heart. Later he saw the form of the Lord in front of him. The Lord manifested in front of his eyes also. See, Nam gave entrance to Rupa. And he started meditating on the qualities of the Lord. Who am I? What am I doing? I was aspiring for broken pieces of glass. The Lord gave me a diamond. The Lord is so merciful upon me. Although I worshipped him, chanted his name with material ambition, still the Lord is kind enough to give me darshan. So Dhruva Maharaj became so absorbed in the qualities of the Lord. And Dhruva Maharaj is a small child. He wanted to offer prayers, but he could not offer prayers because of lack of experience. The Lord took his conch shell and touched the forehead of Dhruva Maharaj, and the essence of entire Vedic knowledge has been revealed to him. Full understanding of Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, Tattva, everything is revealed to him. All because of chanting one name, Vasudeva, for 6 months. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. He just chanted for 6 months. He got full understanding of all the scriptures at the age of 5, maybe 5.5. Right? See, if a 5-year-old child just by chanting the name of the Lord can become a master in the science of God, can fully understand the Tattva, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela of the Lord, what to speak of adults who chant. But what's missing in struggling sadhakas is that sincerity, that absorption in chanting, that faith in chanting. Dhruva Maharaj had full faith in the instruction of his guru. Of course, his purpose is different, but he followed the process sincerely. Purpose behind the following process may be materially motivated, but the process is followed sincerely, therefore purification happened. Okay, let's go to next sloka. 23. 24th is interesting shloka. Madraksham Kshina Punya. I will recite once fully, then you can attempt to recite it. It's too longer than the longest slokas. Longer than the previous shlokas also. Madraksham kshina punyan kshanamapi bhavato bhaktihinan padabje masrausham shravya bandham charitamapasya charitamapasyanyadathyana jatam masmarsham madhavatvam api bhuvanapate cetasa pahnuvana ma bhruvam tvatsaparya yati kararahito janma janmantarepi. Let's recite line by line. Not line by line, half line by half line. Madraksham kshina punyan Madraksham kshina punyan kshanamapi bhavato bhaktihinan padabje kshanamapi bhavato bhaktihinan padabje masrausham shravya bandham masrausham shravya bandham tava charitamapasyan yadakhyana jatam masmarsham madhavatvam api bhuvanapate cetasa pahnuvanan ma bhuvam tvatsaparya yati kararahito janma janmantarepi. So far, he spoke what we are supposed to adopt in our spiritual life. This shloka is specifically about don'ts, prohibitions in spiritual life, what we are supposed to avoid. First thing that we need to avoid, according to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, is what? Asat sangat tyaga yai Vaishnava achar. We have to give up bad association, materialistic association, soul degrading association. When we hear bad topics, when we associate with people who have bad habits, we will also be inspired to cultivate those habits. We may speak like them, we may talk like them, we may walk like them, we may think like them. Our value systems will be changed, consciousness will be changed, habits will be changed. Therefore, avoid Avaishnava Sangha. Of course, you can definitely go and give them Krishna. You can inspire them to take to the path of bhakti. But while doing so, we should not lose our bhakti. Like a kabaddi player, he goes to the other side. But if he becomes out, if he goes and gets caught up there, then he loses. So we can go into the arenas where materialistic people may be there, but with a pure intention to give them Krishna, to inspire them to accept Krishna bhakti. But while doing so, we should protect our own bhakti lata bija. Just like a doctor, he may treat a patient who has some contagious disease, but he takes care of his protection. He puts gloves, he puts mask, he puts an apron. He interacts with the patient, touches the patient only as much as it is required to give him medicine or give him some advice. Doesn't stay in that ambience filled with some virus for a longer time. Similarly, as doctors, doctor devotees, so one may have to go and meet people who may not be practicing bhakti, only to give them Krishna, not to accept their contamination, not to be influenced by their material thought process. So let's see what he says. Madraksham kshina punyan kshanamapi bhavato bhaktihinan padabje. There are some people who are kshina punya. Kshina punya means they have no piety, no trace of piety. Kshanamapi bhavato bhaktihinan padabje. They don't even meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord even for one kshana also. Even for one moment, they are not inclined to meditate on the Lord's lotus feet. Bhakti hina, they have no bhakti. Bhakti is supposed to be towards Padabji, lotus feet of Krishna. They are Bhakti hina and Padabji. Kshanamapi bhavato, let me not associate with them even for one kshana, he says. Madraksham kshina punya. Kshanamapi bhavato bhakti nan padabje. He says, let me not even look at ma draksha means let me not even look at them. Here draksha is not the grapes. Here draksha means I will not see. Ma draksha means let me not even glance upon an Avaishnava who is disinclined to meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord, who has no bhakti, who has no piety, is bhakti hina, is punya hina. Let me not associate with them. Let me not even glance at them. You can glance, please take it with a mature outlook. He is not against preaching, by the way. He is in this line is made spoken in the sense that let me protect my bhakti. Let me not be influenced by those who are not practicing bhakti, those who are having some materialistic thought process. Right? Second point, ma srausham shravya bandham tava charitam apasyanyadakhyana jatam. There are some people who may speak materialistic topics. Let me not divert my attention towards hearing such unworthy, soul degrading, materialistic, mundane subject matters. Let me not hear them. Let me not see non-devotional people. Let me not hear non-devotional topics. Third, mass smarsham. Smarsham means to remember. Let me not even think of them. First he said ma draksham. Let me not see anything bad. Second, ma srausham. Let me not hear anything bad. Third, ma smarsham. Let me not even think of anything bad. Let me not even think of people who are not interested in you. Let me not think of those people who don't think of you, who don't meditate on you. Then ma bhuvam tatsaparya vyatikararahito janma janmantarepi. Let me never be unable to serve you in some menial way, life after life. Life after life. Let me always desire to serve you life after life. That is his prayer. It's 9:40. What's the cut-off time? Yesterday I was told 10. So today shall we stop now? This is weekday, right? Monday. I'm very grateful to all of you. Even on a Monday, so many devotees have come on a working day in Bangalore traffic. I heard that Monday traffic is more here. Still, it's your blessing upon me, and main not that. It's your taste for Harikatha. Maybe we'll discuss this one shloka, which is very exciting, and conclude. Last shloka. This shloka is setting the right mode of being a servant of the 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 servant of Krishna. Majjanmana phalamidam madhukaita bhare. Majjanmana phalamidam madhukaita bhare. Mat prarthaniya madanugraha esha eva. Tvad bhritya paricharaka bhritya. Bhrityasya bhritya iti mam smara lokanatha. He says, Majjanmanaha phalamidam madhukaita bhare. Oh Lord, you are Madhukaitaba Ari. You are the enemy, you are the killer of Madhukaitaba demons. Oh Madhukaita bhare, Majjanmanaha phalamidam. The purpose of my janma, my life is this. My aspiration is this. My goal is this. My life will become meaningful if I only have this. What is that? We'll reveal in the second half. He says, Majjanmana phalamidam madhukaita bhare. He says, Oh Lord, the purpose of my life is to have this. Mat prarthaniya madanugraha esha eva. Prarthaniya. Prarthana means prayer. Prarthaniya means that which is worthy of praying. When you go to a king says, ask whatever you want, I will give you. You can think of so many things, but he says, I want breakfast, do idli, milega kya? What will the king think? I am asking you, you can take anything you want. I can give half of my kingdom also. He asked him, do idli. When you go to somebody very big, for example, you go for Janmashtami, what is that, fundraising program. If the donor says, ask whatever you want. If you give me 10 rupees, you are not seen as a very good fundraiser. Right? So the Lord can give anything. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can give anything to us. But what a devotee aspects from the Lord is this. Majjanmana phalabidam madhukaita bhare mat prarthaniya madanugraha esha eva. He says that the worthiest prayer is this. And O Lord, I will consider that the best mercy that you can show me is this. What is that? You are building up so much. The worthiest the worthiest thing to pray for is this. And the worthiest benediction that you can give is also this. What is that? Tvad bhritya bhritya paricharaka bhritya bhritya bhrityasya bhritya itimam smara lokanatha. O Lord, just consider me as the servant of 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 your servants. If you consider me like that, that's the greatest benediction. That's my greatest aspiration. That's the greatest prayer. This is spiritual hierarchy. In the material world, if you become boss of the boss of the boss of the boss, you get more promotion. Clerk to assistant manager, then general manager, senior manager, boss or CEO, whatever may be the thing. We want to go, we want to be promoted to higher and higher realms of hierarchy. But in spiritual world, I want to be the servant. Oh, great. So when we are praying for this, it's not like a great prayer. It's great prayer, definitely. But that's our natural constitutional position. We are supposed to be like that. But we are praying for it. Why we are praying for it? Although it's by default, intrinsically, it's a part of our personality. We are praying for it because we have deviated from this consciousness. In the purest state of consciousness, every soul wants to be servant of the servant of the servant of Lord's servants. But when the consciousness becomes impure, we don't want to be dasanudas. We want to be boss. We want to be the boss of the boss of the boss of the boss of the boss, of the supreme boss. That's the aspiration. But in spiritual circles, we want to be das of the das of the das of the das. This is our original default constitutional position, eternal spiritual position of every single soul. Jivera Swarupahai Krishnera Nitya Das. Hare Krishna. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Prabhu, would you like to add anything, subtract anything, any corrections, comments, reflections, realizations? We need to, yes. It may not be practical. Prabhu, you know it better. You have been doing it also so nicely. So because you have asked, as your servant, I'll share what I understood. I also mentioned it in the class. When we associate with people, when we meet people who may not be practicing bhakti, we don't want to be influenced by their materialism, but as much as humanly possible, we want to offer them some spiritual guidance and bring them closer to Krishna. So, but how not to be influenced by them depends on our immune power, spiritual immune power, and how to build that spiritual immunity by keeping charging. So when we come and discuss Harikatha like this, when we nourish ourselves, when we fill our ears and fill our hearts with Krishna Katha, with Krishna Nam, with worship of Krishna, with darshan of Krishna, the more we bombard ourselves with spiritual sense objects, spiritual vibrations, the more we'll be protected from material vibes. In the previous shlokas, before speaking the 24th shloka, in the previous shlokas, 19, 20, 21 and all, he said, Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum. With your tongue, just glorify Krishna. With your ears, hear Krishna Katha. With your eyes, see Krishna. So when you just follow our different elements of sadhana bhakti sincerely, that will give us the ability to not get affected by the material vibes around us. But we cannot avoid, especially in Kali Yuga, it's very difficult. Especially in cities, it's even more difficult. but sadhana will protect us. Prabhu, I think you have something more to add, please.
Yeah, no, can we say that the last sloka that you said, that servant of the servant, can we say that accepting a spiritual master, surrendering to him, serving his mission is the first step in becoming humble and meek and surrendered? So how do we go beyond that? Generally we say, okay, I'll accept my spiritual master, and that's it. But he goes several degrees beyond that. Servant of the spiritual masters, servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the spirit. How do we actually go beyond that? Because somehow psychologically we are tuned to believe, okay, I have a guru, so I am surrendered to him. But Kulashekar Alvar is saying that's not sufficient.
Even Guru teaches us to become servant of the servant, not only servant. And even while initiation also we may say that. After 4 regulated principles and chanting 16 rounds, we say, I will serve in the mode of Srila Prabhupada's, in Prabhupada's moment, I will be serving in the mode of servant of servant. So, yes, a disciple may be very eager to render service to spiritual master. It's definitely the first step in sadhana bhakti. There are 64 limbs of sadhana bhakti, right? Rupa Goswami writes in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The first is Guru Padashraya, taking shelter of the spiritual master. Then following the instructions and all. But one of the instructions of spiritual master is also to imbibe the mode of servant of the servant, servant of the servant of the servant. So we need to understand that all the other Vaishnavas who are following the process of Krishna consciousness are also meant to be served. They also are meant to be pleased. Yes, Guru, we have to serve. But Guru's representatives are there. Even when another Vaishnava, who may not be your Guru, even another Vaishnava, if he speaks pure teachings of Shastra, we need to see him as a representative of Guru and render service to them also. Right? So Guru is the Guru definitely connects us to Krishna, but Sadhu also connects us to Krishna. Shastra also connects us to Krishna. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, all three are there. So we need to be eager and enthusiastic to render service to all Vaishnavas. Definitely spiritual master, but apart from spiritual master, so many other genuine Vaishnavas are there. We need to be inclined to serve them also. Because Krishna is there in the heart of everyone. When another Vaishnava is pleased with the service rendered by a devotee, the pleasure in the heart of that Vaishnava will act as a blessing upon us. So we should be eager to serve all Vaishnavas. Does it make sense for you?
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.